Yesterday, we learned about the composition of the atmosphere. Today, we can learn about the structure of the atmosphere. When we look at the sky, we can see the clouds, the blue sky, etc. Cannot identify any structure or layers of the atmosphere when we watch the sky or atmosphere. But scientific studies says that there is a difference in composition, temperature and density when we go to the higher levels of the atmosphere. So based on that, we can identify 5 distinct layers of the atmosphere, even though it is not possible to make a clear boundary between these layers. So we can study about each layers in this class. Yesterday we have learned the atmosphere extends beyond 1500 kilometers above the Earth's surface. So, in the ground level, the first layer very close to the Earth's surface, it is the troposphere. The thickness of this layer varies from equator to the poles. Near to the equator, the height is 14 kilometers and near to the poles, it will be 8 kilometers. Why there is a difference in the height of troposphere? It is related to the temperature experiencing on the Earth's surface. Near to the equator, temperature is high and air is expanded. On the other hand, near to the poles, it is very cold and air is contracted. Troposphere is the densest layer, and this is the layer that contains the air we breathe. The dust particles, water vapor and pollen grains are present in this layer of atmosphere. So, the weather conditions or the natural phenomena like rain, cyclone, storm, snow, fog, all these are experiencing within the troposphere due to the presence of water vapor. The temperature decreases in this layer when we go upwards because the atmosphere is heating by the radiation coming from the earth. In the troposphere, for each 165 meter of ascent, 1 degree Celsius temperature decreases. It is known as normal lapse rate of temperature. When the height increases, air becomes thinner and thus pressure of air also decreases. As the air molecules like oxygen and nitrogen, its amount decreases, the density of the air also gradually decreases as one moves upward in the atmosphere. The upper limit of the troposphere, it is named as a tropopause. Troposphere protected the earth from extreme heat during the day and extreme cold during night. Above the troposphere, the next layer is stratosphere. It extends up to the height of 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Here, there is no any weather phenomena. Due to the absence of water vapor, there is no weather disturbances. Because of that, it is ideal for flying of the aeroplanes, especially jet planes flying through this layer. Another important feature of the stratosphere is the presence of ozone. So it is also known as ozonosphere. What is ozone? It is an isotope of oxygen. That means ozone contains 3 atoms of oxygen. They are able to absorb the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. When the ozone absorbs ultraviolet rays, it leads to the release of large amount of heat energy. So, the temperature in the stratosphere is very high. In stratosphere, when the height increases, the temperature also increases. The upper limit of the stratosphere is stratopause, where the temperature starts to decrease. Now we have learnt about the troposphere, which is the lowest layer, above that stratosphere, and the third layer from the Earth's surface is mesosphere. It extends around 50 kilometers to 80 kilometers from the Earth's surface. The mesosphere, it is the coldest atmospheric layer. Its temperature can go below minus 90 degrees Celsius also. Mesosphere is very important for us because meteors, the small rocky celestial bodies, come to the Earth's atmosphere due to the frictional heat. They burn up and they will not reach the Earth's surface. So, life on the Earth will be protected. Mesopause is the boundary between mesosphere and the next layer. Next layer means it is thermosphere. Thermosphere extends up to a height of 450 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Here, the temperature increases with height because this layer absorbs various types of solar radiations. This leads to the formation of ions, means electrically charged particles. These ions reflect radio waves back to the earth and enable radio communication and wireless communication. So, thermosphere is also known as ionosphere. Ionosphere is the hottest layer in the atmosphere. When the high energy particles from the sun interacting with the atoms in ionosphere, there forms a bright, beautiful band of light, dancing light. It can be seen from the polar regions. They are named as Aurora Borealis in the northern pole and Aurora Australis in the southern pole. Exosphere is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere. It is thousands of kilometers high and very slowly merges with the interplanetary space. Here, the air is rarefied and the air molecules have the tendency to escape to the space because of the lack of gravitational force.